My first question would be on healing.
Yes.
Specifically, how can we do instant or rapid healing?
Well, only by attracting someone who prefers to be instantly and rapidly healed. Because remember, no healer actually does the healing. The healer gives off a frequency or helps another person get into a state of being where they are finally willing to heal themselves by matching that frequency. So you're making suggestions, you're creating an environment through the hypnotherapy or through your own vibration. And if the person that's attracted to you is willing to match that frequency, willing to go into that state, then they will heal themselves because the state is representative of their healed selves, their healed state of being. That's how it works. Sometimes you can attract someone who doesn't want to be healed, but you have to know that you've done the best you can and you have to allow them to experience whatever they're choosing. But that's how healing works. You induce them to heal themselves.
Okay, but sometimes when they are not healed, sometimes I get disappointed.
Why? You have done what they asked you to do, not heal me. Do you understand?
Yeah,
if someone attracts themselves to a healer, maybe they've attracted themselves to prove they cannot be healed because that's what they believe they want to prove. And so you've done them the favor of reinforcing what they choose to believe. And so you have done your job.
Okay, so I was going to ask you for a permission slip for this, so right now I don't think it's...
You have all the permission slips you need.
Okay, I know.
You're doing just fine. Just keep going.
Thank you. And another question is...
And please, don't disappoint yourself from your place of power just because something unexpected happens.
Okay.
Yes? Reappoint yourself and stay in your place of power. No matter what the outcome looks like, it is still serving some positive benefit, even if only showing something negative that they can then see they don't prefer, which is a positive thing to realize. Yes?
Yes.
All right, so everything can work in a positive way. If you remain in a positive state, at least you'll get the benefit of that, even if someone else chooses not to.
Okay.
All right, and then you don't disappoint yourself from that position, and you remain an example of what they could choose if they choose to match that vibration. But if you disappoint yourself and remove yourself from being an example, then you're not giving them anything to choose other than what they're already choosing, because now you're matching their negative vibration instead of inviting them to match your positive one. That's what disappointment does.
Oh, I understand.
Thank you.
Thank you. And another question is, I asked this question on behalf of my friend because actually she drew the lottery, not me. She says that although sometimes she has found out one of her belief systems and she knows that that belief is not serving the best, most in a beneficial way, sometimes she cannot change it, or she thinks...
she can change it. She just has a belief that she can't. So she has to find out what that belief is about why she would be afraid to change it. Because the only reason you wouldn't change something you don't prefer is because you are afraid to, and that means you have a belief that makes what you prefer seem scarier than what you don't prefer. So she has to find out what that belief is that's making what she prefers seem to be not the choice that she would prefer. She's coloring it with a belief that she hasn't discovered yet.
Just for example, she says that perhaps she has a belief system that if there is no money, there's no freedom in life, and every time. But although she knows this is not true, she still finds it difficult to change this belief system.
She may intellectually comprehend that it's not true, but she doesn't know that it's not true. Because if she knew it, she wouldn't be doing it that way. Because knowing and action and behavior are synonymous. What you know to be true is in your behavior. You just do it without question. So she doesn't know it to be true, which means she hasn't actually discovered what the belief is yet. She needs to do more digging.
So how can she be...
She has to be willing to find the answer and not be afraid to look. She's afraid to look because she's afraid that if she finds the answer, she's going to find out that something negative about her is actually true. I guarantee it won't be, but the belief, the negative belief, may be making her believe that she shouldn't go digging because it'll be scary to do so. So she has to, in a sense, ignore that and realize that the scarier things get, that means you're much closer to breaking through. Because when you really feel a lot of fear about moving in the direction of your joy, of your preference, when you feel the greatest fear, that means the negative belief knows you are just inches away from breaking through, and it's doing everything it can to stop you. It's throwing the book at you, and it's going to increase the fear as much as it can because it knows that you're just moments away from breaking through that threshold into joy. So the most fear is the best sign. Just keep going. Break through it. Don't let it convince you that it's going to get worse, because even if it does, you're just that much closer to suddenly everything being exactly what it needs to be. Yes?
Yes.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
Do you think you can communicate that to your friend?
Yeah, actually, she's listening right now.
Oh, all right. We'll see if she's really listening.
Okay. And another question, this comes to, sometimes I know if I truly believe in something, that thing will happen, such as if I believe I can fly.
But not necessarily in the way that you think. Remember, no insistence on what it should look like.
Okay.
What you need to know and believe is that whatever happens will be to your benefit, so who cares what it looks like?
Okay.
You can have a specific idea and you can use the specific picture to get you excited into the appropriate excited state, but you have to drop the picture. You can't be that specific all the time because you don't know that your specific idea is actually the best thing that needs to happen for you. You don't know that.
Okay, just like if I truly believe I can fly, I can fly.
Yes.
But the reason
if it is relevant for you, yes.
The fact that I'm not flying is because
it's not relevant.
It's not relevant. Okay. How can I make it be relevant?
How do you know? How do you know that it needs to be relevant?
Okay.
How do you know that it needs to be relevant? If it's really representative of your excitement, then you can take whatever action you can take, that you're able to take, to see if it's relevant. But if it doesn't happen, then that tells you it's not relevant for you right now.
Okay.
No matter how excited you may be about it, the excitement is to get you to take actions. It doesn't mean that the thing you take actions on has to come to fruition. That's why we say you have to drop your expectation and your insistence and your assumption about what the outcome of your action needs to look like. Because sometimes the thing that excites you the most doesn't excite you because that thing has to happen. It excites you just to get you off your butt and get moving, because that's what would get you moving. And then the thing that really needs to happen happens, because now you're moving. So sometimes excitement is just a lure, not the thing that actually needs to happen. That's why you need to completely drop your insistence on what the outcome has to be, because you don't know what the best outcome actually needs to be.
Okay, I understand.
Thank you.
Another question is, actually, in my country, in China, the largest metaphysical website, there's a website called Awaker. Just the meaning is that people are awakening. Yes. Humankind awakening.
Or awakening in the dream and realizing it is a dream.
And this, the founders of this website actually wanted me to ask you the question. Can you, could you please give a definition about the word awakening?
Well, again, the idea is that when you go to sleep at night and dream, you are actually awake. And when you wake up in the morning, you're actually dreaming. So the awakening is a reference to the idea of knowing, as I just said, that physical reality is a dream. And when you wake up in the dream, you will be lucid and you will understand that physical reality can be created in any number of ways because it's just a dream. So that's what the awakening is about. Awakening to the fact that physical reality is a dream you're having.
Oh, thank you.
Yes? Does that help?
Yeah, it helps.
All right, well, then, will that do?
I have another question, but before that, I think the website, the founders of the website will be really, really excited when they know that I asked you this question.
Oh, all right.
And another thing is that, as I said, I have a twin brother, Nieteng, who I want to know about our connection, maybe in the past lives or...
I cannot help you with that right now. It is not relevant for you at this moment.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Another thing is...
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Happy flying.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bashar.